And what I want to tell you, which is really, it's like the secret sauce, it's like the secret ingredient, the more that you give yourself that time to self-care, to return to your heart, the more, as I like to say, although my husband said to me recently, stop saying that, you're not a computer, but the more bandwidth, right? I was like, but the more that you do take intentional, conscious choices to fill yourself up, the more spaciousness, the more you're able to be with your child, the more when you're triggered, the more you're able to just pause and just say, okay, I'm feeling really triggered. And even to what I've done from the time my daughter was in utero is to really narrate. So I'm feeling really stressed. It doesn't have anything to do with you. I'm feeling stressed. When it does have something to do, then I will say, Mommy has about that much patience right now. And so I just need to take a minute.
Yes.
I need to breathe, or I breathe.
I need some space, or...
And so that they don't feel like you're abandoning them because they're doing something that you don't like.
Yes.
Right? So it's really about placing your attention on the moment. Bringing your attention back. And you get up at 5:30 in the morning. I get up early in the morning and meditate. And when you set an intention in the present tense, it's short. It's not a long, my intention is to be the greatest mother I could ever be every day of every moment, because that's not real. It's a myth.
Thank you for saying
it's a myth.
That too. Yes.
You're going to lose your temper.
Yes.
Some days you are, some moments, not days, you're going to be like, oh, I'm not feeling like I want to be a mom right now. Some days, some moments, I have been like, oh, I wish I had a mother like me.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so the myth of the perfect, unconditionally accepting, loving, fabulous mother is a myth.
We're putting it on a little baggie and we're going to just dispose it.
Yes.
We don't need that myth anymore like that.
Yeah. Bring it to the earth. I release.
Let's use it for what can serve us, but not to
let's be real.
A martyr.
Let's be real. My intention in everything that I do is to be real, not to be perfect.
Yes.
I've tried that. It doesn't work.
It
doesn't work. Makes me feel crazy. Makes me feel so crazy.
True. I love what you're talking about, the power of narration.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great tool. And I grew up with my mom saying, kids don't come with, manuals, and how do you deal with a kid? And having become a mother myself, I have to disagree with her, because there is no personal manual for kids, but so many people have devoted their lives, like you and many other people, to really trying to understand when they come into this world, where are they mentally, emotionally, and what this interaction. And I feel like we have so many great resources nowadays.
Yes.
And that's part of my idea, is for people to realize that they don't have to go through the motions anymore.
Right.
That, as you said, you can always stop. And if you just fill up your tank this much with air, simple as that, you expand to a place where it's even like you put a cushion around yourself where it doesn't hurt as much when others do things, even if it's not a personal thing, but we sometimes are so triggered that we take things as a personal attack. And narration is great for that.
Yeah. It's a powerful tool, and it's also really powerful in the series that I teach. I have people do a narrative, a personal narrative of their life, because it affords them the opportunity to see where their triggers are and where some of their sacred wounds are.
Yes.
Right? I like to make peace. I like to help people make peace with the way they were parented, to heal the sacred wounds that are there, because you can pretend they're not there, but that's all it is, because it will come out. And if you're a parent, it will definitely come out with your child. So the only one you're kidding is yourself. And the thing that was so fascinating to me is I had done a lot of work on myself. I've always been on a path of transformation since I was 17. And so I thought, the first the first aspect of transformation is get into a relationship, and the things that you think, I got this, I've been working on myself, and then you get into a relationship, and it's to me it's like Miracle Grow, and all the places it's like bing bing. Oh, I thought I did. Oh no, I didn't do that. And then you bring a child or children into the mix, and then it's really like triggering. All the veils are off, and it is the most amazing opportunity for evolution and transformation and for healing.
Yes,
you get to heal the places within you that are tender or maybe even gaping open or scar tissue. You get to soothe that. It's, to me, I always call it like the fine print. It's like with the parenting, like, but the fine print, you're right? Yeah.
It's so true, though.
Yeah.
And we wish for more people to take the opportunity.
Yes.
Because when you decide to become a parent or you become a parent, some people think that we're always believing that we're co-creating things, but not everybody is fully aware of that sometimes. And so if you became a parent by choice, or if you became pregnant, and we're not only talking about mothers here, although two mothers are having this conversation, but it's about parenting and how can that process help you become the better version of yourself.
It is such an invitation.
It really
because
is.
It stretches you.
Oh my God.
It stretches you. Even, I think the funniest thing is, I don't know if anybody else has done this or if you've done this, but I thought that perhaps I could just throw my baby into my old life and just keep going. I'll just go. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh no, I can't do that. First of all, I'm exhausted because when if you choose to nurse the way that I chose to nurse, and I nursed my daughter for 3 years, I was very sleep deprived because of my hormones, and I had some sleep stuff before that. Yes. So, and then also for the baby, you notice. Thankfully, my daughter is very mobile, and she's just very easygoing for the most part. Yeah. So, but I wanted to have that experience. Yes. And there's a level of, it's so rich. It's so rich, and it's such a deepening of your beingness, of my being. There was such a richness added to the tapestry of my life that nobody could have told me about, because it's an inner experience. Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Wow, look at that.
And to always be in that discovery. Because a child nor us will stay the same forever. So everything's reshaping, and kind of like you're discovering and rediscovering. And I find it beautiful too, and it's such a blessing. And I want more people to realize that, either by choice or if they were given, if they think this opportunity, stop now and reconsider what kind of parent you can be.
Right.
Not only what you would like to be, but you can. It's within all of us to tap into this great knowledge of parents and this nurturing presence. Because I feel like if we nurture this next generations, they will be in a position where they would relate to the world differently.
Yes.
And we would be helping so much with such power struggle that we live on now, because people are so disconnected with themselves that they think that having things or doing things are going to make them feel a certain way, when it's really that going back to that connection. And so if we can help children realize that from an early age and learn with them, because it's always an invitation to, and I've read something the other day and I loved it, and it was a dad talking about his struggles with his son. And he said, I finally at that moment come to realize that I was learning too. And I made that verbal to my son, and I said, sweetie, I'm learning too. And when we go through this, I need your help. And what a beautiful place of surrendering, to not be in control, to not be right.
Yes.
To just be present and understand that he didn't have all the answers, even though he was the grown-up. Exactly. And that child was also his teacher at that moment. And so if we can take power struggles in moments where we're short-tempered or the kid's not acting the way we think they should be acting. Right. And oftentimes we forget, most of the times we're probably not acting the way they want us to act because we have ideas of how things should be and how things should go. Yeah. And to be, brought back to this place of like, let's do this together.
It's so interesting that you say that because one of the tools that I say to parents, and I say, let your child know.
Yes.
I used to say, and I still say it now that I have a teenager, and I say, I'm growing with you.
Yes.
I'm growing with you. And the myth, also another myth, is that parents have to have all the answers. And you don't. You can say, I'm learning with you. I'm learning. I don't know. Let's find out.
Yes.
And when you have little ones, one of the things I learned early on is to say to my daughter, this is really tough, or I can see that this is really hard for you. We're going to get through this together.
Yes.
We're going to get through this together because then it's a we. It's not, you're good. You're fine. Stop crying. Don't, you're really okay. And the emotional intelligence of a child is so important to bring emotional intelligence in, compassion, deep listening, to set limits so that your child has a container without having rigid walls, to recognize when you're triggered, how to manage your anger along with your child. Because you know what? You're going to get angry.
It's normal.
You're going to get angry.
We're just people.
And it's okay. And how else are children going to learn how to express and process their feelings if not through somebody they trust? And the way that you develop trust is by being present to your child.
Being connected. Which goes back to the connection with yourself.
Always. Put the oxygen mask on your face first.
So I think it's a great practice to start recognizing your feelings, to start honoring how you feel first and foremost, because if we cannot do that for ourselves, we cannot hold that space for anybody. So next time you're sad, angry, distressed, nervous, anxious, whatever that is, honor that moment and realize, I'm really anxious right now. This sucks. It's really uncomfortable. Because a lot of times we're trying to numb those feelings. We're trying to distract ourselves. We're overeating. We're over-processing in our heads instead of just surrendering and letting that emotion come through our bodies and be just like, this sucks right now. My heart aches, or whatever that is. But if we can't do that for ourselves, we don't know how to model that for a child or not even hold the space for a child. So to me, it always goes back to the transformation within yourself. Finding that connection, what you said beautifully, to your heart. And that's where everything lies.
There's the emphasis on being educated, but there's a difference between embodiment and education.
Yes.
And so what we're talking about is the embodiment and the opportunity and the invitation that parenting presents us with. And that is available to us in every moment. And it's never too late. Anybody that is watching this, no matter how old your children are, or if you're a grandparent, I've taught classes with grandparents, I've taught classes with people that have stepchildren or no children. And the opportunity is always to be more yourself.
Yes.
To love yourself. That's the opportunity. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I believe we're all here, is to perfect our loving.